I'm Christian.
And I'm Darcy.
And welcome to This Week in Pokemon. We have a big episode for you this week, so let's dive right in. So first and foremost, we now know of 6 more new Pokemon that will appear in Pokemon Sun and Moon. So first and foremost, there's Oricorio. That is a
dancing bird.
Yes, a dancing bird. Now, what's cool about Oricorio?
4 dancing birds.
Yes. So each
4, you may ask?
Each island has its own species of Oricorio, and each species is a different type with a different dance style. So there is
We have a salsa dancing one.
And that's fire flying.
Okay, we have a hula one.
That's psychic flying.
We have a cheerleader one.
Which is electric flying because...
And...
yeah. It's shocking. And then there's the fan dance one.
And then there's the fan dance
which that's ghost flying. So
cool.
we've got those. We have Minior, which is another one of those cleverly named Pokemon. So that's a rock flying type that looks like a meteor. And when its health breaks down below half strength, its tough exterior falls off to reveal a brightly colored core. So you could say it's like the Tootsie Pop of Pokemon. Let's see what else.
Don't like it.
Or, who knows, maybe it tastes good. That one Pokemon tastes good, apparently. The little bouncy Bonsweet, the little one.
That's right.
Yes, from last week.
Next new one, Mudbray.
Yes.
That, for whatever reason, they think donkeys evolve into Clydesdale horses.
Yes, so Mudbray is the pre-evolved form of Mudsdale, which we covered in the last episode.
Yep. Next one.
We have Gumshoos, which is the Donald Trump Pokemon. So is the evolved form of young Donald Trump Pokemon, and it looks even angrier, crankier, and more racist than the original. So yes, Gumshoos is young Goose's evolved form.
And then, almost last but not least,
we've got Fomantis in its evolved form, Lurantis. So those are grass Pokemon, and Lurantis knows Solar Blade, which is like Solar Beam, only it's a physical attack instead of a special attack.
Okay. So that's all for the new ones.
Yeah, so those are the new ones. Yeah. But we have something even weirder than the new ones.
Yeah, this is tops the cake.
So we now have regional Pokemon. So in the Alola region, we have Pokemon that we already knew about, but they have
not just that we knew about, that are like original Pokemon.
Like classic Pokemon.
Classics, yeah.
But they have new types and new looks in this new version. So we've got Vulpix and Sandshrew, which are a fire type and a ground type in Pokemon Red and Blue on Ford. Those are now ice types in Pokemon Sun and Moon because they live out in the mountains. So in Ninetales, which is Vulpix's evolved form, is an ice fairy type. And Sandslash is ice steel as opposed to ground.
Interesting. They look good.
Yeah, but the really weird one is Executor. Now, Executor originally was this stumpy little tree thing, had 3 heads, looked really dumb. Now it looks terrifying. It is a 35-foot tall walking tree with a 4th tail attached to its ass.
You mean a 4th head?
Yes, that's what I meant.
Attached to its tail, so it can attack and from the rear.
From behind. That's terrifying. I mean, when you look at this thing, can you imagine? You're just going to the Alolan Islands, which are presumably just like the Hawaiian Islands, and you're greeted by a 35-foot monstrosity. You don't know what's a tree, what's a front against Pokemon kind.
Let's hope that they're nice.
No, I doubt it because they're Executors. So, we've got those.
Okay.
The other big thing that came out of the recent news, Pokemon Sun and Moon news, is that there might not be gyms in the Alola region.
How can you have Pokemon without gyms?
So instead,
you have to battle the gym leaders and get your pins.
Badges.
I'm tired. Sorry.
So instead of gyms, what we might have are these things called Pokemon trials. We don't know if these trials are in addition to gyms or replace gyms. But so each island has a certain number of trials, which are led by a trial leader. They might not necessarily be battles. Some test your observational skills. Some test your collecting ability. You might need to surf or something. Who knows? It's kind of like in the anime, the Orange Islands. Because those gym battles, there was one gym battle which all it involved was Squirtle water gunning cans. So this sounds like it's basically the same thing. So at the end of each trial, they have to go up against a totem Pokemon, which is like an oversized version
Super
of Pokemon, which can also summon allies to like help it fight. So you're basically on like a 2-on-1 handicap battle. And when you complete all the trials on the island, then you go up against the island Kahuna. And so that is basically the equivalent.
That is the leader.
Yeah, the gym leader. And so
But that would mean there's only 4 islands, right?
Yes.
So there's only 4 Kahunas.
Yes. And we don't know. Like, there's a lot of weird stuff going on with this game.
We'll find out.
Yeah.
They'll eventually tell us, right?
So some other stuff that we learned was Z moves, which we talked about a couple weeks ago, how a trailer was showing off the trainers doing like little dance moves, like basically they were doing like Power Ranger stuff, and then like Pikachu's like eyes started shooting lasers and stuff.
Madonna thing.
Yeah. So those are called Z moves.
Flashback.
So you have a Z bracelet, which is kind of like your Mega Evolution bracelet, and when you give your Pokemon a Z stone, you can have them use a Z move once per battle, and that's like a super overcharged attack that probably will wipe out anything. And so the weird thing about Z moves is that they're actually coming out with a real-life Z bracelet. So that while playing Pokemon Sun and Moon, you have your Z bracelet, and when you unleash your Z move, your real-life Z bracelet starts vibrating and lighting up. So that'll be a fun Christmas present for the Pokemon trainer in your family.
I'm not buying that for you.
Yes, you will. That's right, because I already pre-ordered it.
No, you didn't.
No, I didn't.
Okay.
But I will.
Next, Pokerides.
Yes, so it sounds like they might be getting rid of HM slaves. So in the Pokemon games, you have HMs, which are your moves like Cut, Fly, Surf, Waterfall, Flash, yeah. So, and you need those moves in order to progress through the game. So in Pokemon Sun and Moon, they have this thing called Pokeride, which instead of, having to carry around a Pokemon which knows Fly, you can just summon a Pokemon to fly around for you.
That's pretty cool.
So we don't know very much about it, but it sounds like a feature that you can summon these Pokemon at any time, and it might replace HM slaves, which is what, is the vernacular term for the Pokemon that you just load up with HMs and carry around on your team because you need them to complete the game.
Yeah.
So that's all we have for Pokemon Sun and Moon. So now let's talk about the other big Pokemon game, Pokemon Go.
I'm sure you guys haven't heard enough of that yet.
Yes. Well, a lot of stuff happened at Pokemon Go this week, Darcy.
Yep, let's just, go through it real quick.
So first and foremost,
headlines.
Over this weekend, they came out with a new update. It removed the nearby tracker. People were pissed.
Yes.
Then Pokemon Go shut down Pokevision, and people were more pissed.
They were pissed.
But then we found out today that Niantic shut down the sites like Pokevision because it was taking up too much server space, and so they needed that space in order to launch the game in South America. So that's why they shut them all down. They also shut down the bots that people were used to cheat. So that's a good thing. And they do plan on adding back the nearby tracker in the game.
Because what's the point?
Yeah.
Without.
So
nice to hunt those
they'll be bringing that back. We don't know when, but they're basically retooling it so it works again.
Okay.
So the other weird thing is there were reports of legendary Pokemon in Pokemon Go.
Like Ditto?
Yes, Ditto and Articuno. So
yeah.
this was a bizarre story at like midnight on Monday. Suddenly this girl posted this video. It was like, hey guys, I have an Articuno in Dayton, Ohio. It's like, come on guys, we need to take this gym. And people were like, what the hell is this? And the weird thing was, we've seen some pretty impressive Photoshops and cheats. But this one actually looked legit. Now, we don't know if her story... She claims that Niantic, the people who make Pokemon Go, gave her the Articuno after she made a customer service complaint. We don't know if that's true or if it was an elaborate hack.
I should have made a customer service complaint.
But Niantic did admit that some legendary Pokemon, like Articuno and Ditto, got loose. And so they pulled those from those players' accounts to make the game more fair.
Yeah.
So that was a really bizarre story. We don't know how they got them, if they were telling the truth, because this girl provided an email. She posted the email, which was awful. They referred to Articuno as Articundo. Yeah. So, yeah, and it was just really weird. The whole thing was very bizarre. And no one knew what was going on for like 24 hours.
That's
It was a weird week in Pokemon Go land. But now the game is out in South America, so hopefully all of our South American viewers, the thousands of you that are out there, are enjoying it. And
maybe one.
Yeah, two.
Two.
Yeah. So that's
Dreams.
That's all the Pokemon Go stuff we've got.
Next we have some new releases.
Yes, so Volcanion, the final mythical Pokemon from the 6th generation. It's a fire water type. It's this giant thing. It's got like a Stargate ring that shoots out water and fire on its back. It will be released in
Stargate ring.
Yeah, thank you. So that will be released in October.
Mm-hmm.
So that will come out in conjunction with the new Pokemon movie that will be aired sometime in October.
You can get that at like GameStop or wherever you've been getting them.
Yes, and you can also see Volcanion in the recently released Pokemon trading card game expansion, Steam Siege, which I might have 2 Volcanions now. So.
Okay.
And we do have, it's the beginning of a new month, so that means a new mythical Pokemon. This month it's Arceus. You have to go into GameStop or whatever game store is the big one in your country to pick it up. So it's a serial code. Arceus is, of course, the god of the Pokemon universe, created the universe in all of its mighty glory.
Yes.
So all praise be to Arceus, creator of the Pokemon universe. I look forward to possessing you in my game, because in the Pokemon universe, you own God.
I thought he was the Pokemon god.
Yeah, you own him. Because you
own God.
You own God. And that's all we got this week. Thank you for watching. Sorry this is a long one. Just a really big week in Pokemon news. Be sure to like this video. Be sure to follow us on Worldwide Gaming, which now has its very own website, worldwidegaming.com. So you can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and the actual website. You can also read my stuff at Comicbook.com. And you can follow me on Twitter. Cats, Comics, Cbus. All one word. So until next time, thank you again for watching, and train on.
Bye.